never leave the house without the pack. Where my at? Take it.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the New York Giants taking on the Miami Dolphins. The first quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback.
North salad.
Hodgins in motion.
Timberland.
Now the NFC's leading rusher a season ago. Here's Saquon Barkley. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. This defense for the Dolphins, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
And he'll earn a couple of tough yards past the 30 to the 31. You talk about this Miami defense. They were terrific last week against Buffalo in that victory.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. Now Hill to return it. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at about the 32. Now the rookie 3rd-round pick, it's Devon Achane. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
That felt like a trap, because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. Tua sets up to pass it. This one to the former Robbie Anderson, now Robbie Chosen. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Achane on 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Dolphins at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Right back to Achane on second down. And he gets it down to the 32. That one a first down pickup of 8.
That's a very nice game there. Confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Solo left Zion.
Looking to pass. Tua. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here as it'll be the New York Giants taking on the Miami Dolphins. The first quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Jones wants to throw to start things out here. Hyatt able to make the catch downfield. Still going inside the 20. Touchdown, Giants! Jalen Hyatt with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Giants are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes the score 7-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. Still going inside the 20. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 63 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now their 31-year-old running back, Raheem Mostert. He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. They give to Achane on the option. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked off by Kayvon Thibodeaux. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Gano for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
Dolphins nothing. Ryan Gano to kick off for New York.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Braxton Berrios now from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 21-yard line.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Now, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. You talk about this Giant defense. They were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass. You know, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Dexter Lawrence able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape, 1st and 10. Now a 2-time Pro Bowler coming off a big year, Saquon Barkley. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. This defense for the Dolphins, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And the Dolphins will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Tackled by Isaiah Simmons. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Down the sideline it goes. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Raheem Mostert, his third rushing touchdown of the year. And the Dolphins have got it back to within a score. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive in particular. If they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit, because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit, in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
You talk about this Miami defense. They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call them. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Here's Hill on the return. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 35-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Here's the veteran. That's Jeff Wilson. He'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10, right at the 40. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Hey, 21-10.
Now Tua. And he fires one incomplete.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown one interception. Almost threw a second one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he get the 1st down.
So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it.
Solo left Zion. Solo left Zion.
They run for it. H.A. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there, and it helps them move the sticks. Where they were on the field, kind of no man's land. Do you like the call?
I love the call. Almost had to go for it there, right, because of what you just described. Too far for the field goal, too short for the punt. You might punt in the end zone and just give good field position anyway. Let's go for it. Plus, they were moving the ball. They had confidence they could pick up this last bit of real estate.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll bring up 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
21G, 21G.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eye lash, dropped at the rim. The keeper there turning into a big play of 23 yards, and it moves the sticks. Well, I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Wilson is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big time.
And he will take it in for the Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Dolphins are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Sanders now to add the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Holmes going to opt against bringing it out, and they will begin at the 25.
Here we go, hey.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again. 2nd
down, here's Barkley again. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Throwing Jones. Saquon Barkley. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Now Jones. That's complete to Slayton. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. They get 11 back on now, and it leads to 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. And it's caught. Touchdown. Darren Waller, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants have taken the lead. Gano the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14.
Dolphins 14. Graham Gano to kick off for New York.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. It's a foot race. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Miami. It's been a back-and-forth game. A lot of points on the board. And that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's going.
Okay, you've seen both teams go at it. And as you just pointed out, both of them found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming. And that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, trying to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Okay, here we go.
On first down, Jones. Once again, he finds Slayton. He's got room at the 30. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s. You don't have to push the ball deep downfield to come up with big plays, and there's an example of that right there.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Here we go.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Operating from the gun, Jones. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. Jalen Hyatt, as the first half is winding down. And the Giants have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. They're going to run it with Barkley. And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful. Needed a couple yards for the 2-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do because a lot of teams play you for the pass. So you spread people out, decide to run the football. You often find good running lanes.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, and not much time, we'll see how they play this. Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
All right, let's go.
Tua, a final shot before half. His throw incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? Berrios now from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
All right, come on.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the 2nd quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Tua. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On 2nd down, a run by Achane. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Option handoff now to Achane. Down the numbers. There he goes. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devon Achane Giants are back within a couple of the lead.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
The two are going to try and throw for it. Flush to his right. And unable to connect. They don't get the two-point conversion here.
They made the decision to go for two. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
Third quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe first or second, you don't. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to I don't like to chase a lot of points, but I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. In motion right, that's Hyatt. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he'll get this down close to a first down at about the Dolphins' 41. A good run as he works his way for 9 that time, and it'll leave him with a third and just a few inches.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Andrew Thomas, former first-rounder from Georgia, called for the penalty there. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Operating from the gun, Jones. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
Now he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Dolphins will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter, but now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Azeez Ojulari pushing in and dropping him.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Tua wants to throw it on 2nd down. That's going to be brought in by Higgins. Stiff-armed him. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. It's a big play there for Miami. 51 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Here's Mostert. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or two in this situation.
One more time with Mostert. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Going to the air. Tagovailoa. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by Kayvon Thibodeaux. And the Giants are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, the good news for them, they got the football. The bad news, they have to go 99 yards here as they start this drive out on their own 1-yard line. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now hang on here because Saquon Barkley is in some discomfort, so we're going to have a pause here for an injury. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. This is 2nd and 8. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a 1st down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So that last play gives him a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Looking to throw. Jones. And that one complete to Hodgins. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter. Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. That is caught downfield. It's Waller. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's a gain of 35. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. They'll set up a screen for Breida. And he's going to get this inside the 30. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Back to throw again. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 26 yards. And the Giants will add to their 4th quarter lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes this a 9-point game.
Dolphins 27.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone.
Braxton Berrios on the return. The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Go ahead.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Bobby Okereke.
Intercepted by the Giants. They'll take over at first and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Apple, apple, apple.
A first down carry for Barkley. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 81 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. They keep it with Barkley on first down. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Now 2nd and 5. A handoff, Barkley running left. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. He'll find Hodgins there complete. And the Giants are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. Another try for Barkley. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Giants are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead. Gano now to add the extra point. And that will make this a 16-point lead.
Giants 43, Dolphins 27.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Berrios now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. This is 1st and 10. Throwing Tua. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Ladybug, 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 ladybug.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Here's 3rd and 3. Off the play fake. Jones. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left. And this will stay a 2-score game at 16. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Now Tua. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Here's Tua. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Here's 1st down. Tua. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
At the 23-yard line.
Tagovailoa. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Higgins. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Now Tua. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so.
Tell me how you feel. My whole city catching bees. I'm from the rock for real. Broski turned into a demon when he off them ride till I die. Hope that Jesus come and grab the wheel.